Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach, where it's going to be the round 6 review. And as you can see, we finally had it's a good week. It's a good week. Getting over 1,200 points, you're complaining a bit if you're saying that's not a good week. It was a higher scoring week as a whole, so I didn't really know where we sat for the overall. As you can see, we did bounce back a little bit, 10,310 spots up the ranks, which is nice. We're still languishing inside 28,000, but there's progress. It's just I just feel like at this point, like, I don't know, the people that are up, like, close to me and even like 10,000 spots ahead, like, everyone has like similar teams, I guess, and the scores are like fairly similar. It's just coming down to like which center wings go 100 plus, which fullbacks go 100 plus. I guess that's Supercoach as a whole, but we just haven't quite got that push. Like, this could have been a week, and it could, every week could have been a week, but I feel like this could have been a week. We did leave a few points on the table with selections, but overall, the selections, we selected pretty much the players I wanted to. There wasn't too many 50-50 choices. I think it's just a balance now between trying to save trades and push hard during the buys and also the back end of the season. I think that's our only chance to really climb that high in the ranks. The top 1,000, I think, is a bit of a pipe dream. Depending, if things shit the bed and we're able to save a few trades here and there and come home strong, maybe. But at the moment, we're just going to try to do our best. But yeah, 1,200, can't complain. Let's get into the team, because I'm happy with the team. I'm happy with the team as it stands. There's a couple of cheapies on the horizon, but overall, I'm feeling pretty good. It's just a matter of, we have to start saving a few trades. Probably not this week coming, but in the next couple of weeks. Honestly, we've just been, it's just frustrating because we've really played on the back foot since round 1. Like, round 1, all the talk was we don't want to make trades in the fucking front row forward. And after round 1, both of our front rowers were out for an extended period of time, and we had to use 2 trades on our front row, which was an absolute just disgusting. And we've pretty much played on the back foot ever since that moment. Like, usually round 1, you want to save 2 trades, if, maybe 1 trade if someone's injured, but we had to use 2 trades in the fucking front row. It was, but I digress. We can't dwell on the past. It is what it is. But let's go through. So Reece Robson, 54 points. It's not at his absolute best, but still, he looks really like he's running the ball. And this is the reason, like, I wasn't originally going to go with Robson. It's just a matter of it. The cheapies didn't quite, they weren't quite there for us at the start of the season. So Robson was a guy I was keen on, just because he averaged fine last year, like mid-50s, and he had no attacking stats. And he is an attacking hooker. Like, he's good out of dummy half. He's not going to run the ball. Like, a lot of dummy halves don't run the ball that much nowadays. Like, it's just not a position that sees that much running. I don't know. Like, it feels like the runs as a whole is down for a lot of dummy halves. But Robson, out of a lot of them, does run the ball pretty often. He offloads a lot, and he's had a few, couple of tries, a few extra try assists, tries. Great to see. He's now at 700k, which is crazy. Api Coruscant, 63 points. He did get a try assist. He did have the goal kicking back. He missed an easy one. He did miss an easy one, but he did have the goal kicking back. I'm still heavily considering trading him to Brayley to free up cash, because, we'll have a closer look at that. We will have a closer look at that. If I do that, my initial thoughts, it probably will take a boost to do, so I don't know if it's worth it. But we'll have a look at other potential trades as well. But I don't know, I'm still considering it. Let's quick squiz. What is his draw? I mean, break even to 67, not too bad. So, I mean, 600k, he's made 50k. He's been good. He's scored some decent points for us. Not the heights of his hundreds in the first couple of weeks, but he's been fine. Yeah, then he's got Penrith, Bronx, Dogs even are pretty good. Newcastle, Dolphins, Cows. He misses round 13 anyway, and he'll play Origin, so that's actually pretty good for him. But then, yeah, I don't know. I'm considering. So Josh Curran, we did bring in. Obviously, the big point here was, do we get in Curran or Manu? Now, I know Manu, he got like... it was around like 120, which, yes, I would have loved to have had in my team. And, you know, to that point, like, everyone sort of knew Manu was going to score 80 plus playing fullback. Like, it was sort of like, it's a given, like, every time he plays fullback, he's more likely than not to crack the ton. But just for my team balance and the just overall, I still think this was the best decision to make. It fixed my front row. I mean, Farmer Silly did okay. Like, he got like 20 odd points, but it fixes my front row. I've got two genuine, like, almost guns in the front row now. And I've got Liam Henry and Sam Hughes that'll hopefully, you know, be okay backups if I need it. So I think that's fine, and I'm just hoping that Tedesco is back this week and Manu goes back to the centres and just has a couple of low scores. That would be lovely. If Manu comes out and kills it in the next few weeks, then obviously people that jumped on are going to be absolutely loving life. But I still, for my team, and this is the trickle-on effect, dude, because obviously last week, Tupanua stuffed me again. But last week, I was boosting Tupanua to Curran last week. But of course, Tupanua gets a late call-up because Butcher is out. And again, it didn't really make any sense to use a boost to trade Tupanua, who was starting. He had a low break-even to Curran, who was also he's not going to make that much cash. But if that didn't happen, if Tupanua was still on the bench, I would have done the trade, and then this week, I wouldn't have had to get in Curran, so I could have gone Manu. But again, it's one the trickle-on effect of Supercoach. It can work for you, and it can also work against you. And so far this year, it has definitely worked against me, but still, I'm happy with the trade of Curran. It fixes up a lot of issues. And also the duel is nice. I mean, obviously he's in the front row, so the duel isn't really that handy as it is now, but it's fine. I mean, if we get like enough at some point in the second row forward, like a duel to our front row forward in the 2RF, we can switch around a bit more freely if needed, but that's fine. Our back row... And this is one of those things. Ali Katoa, 42 points. I mean, again, like, every time I brought in a guy that's gone big the week before, he's had a shocker. I mean, not a shocker. He's 42 points, but like, and it's not like it wasn't like people were chasing last week's points. It was just the fact that Ali Katoa is a gun in the second row. He's got a good draw coming up. No Origin. It was a good trade in, but it just, of course, he just didn't get any footy. So this is one of those moments. If Katoa went well, he had an attacking stat. Honestly, we're pushing closer to 1250 upwards. So, you know, one of those little things. Kai Pearce-Paul looked incredible. I mean, he's going to be an absolute stud. So great to see. Sean Lane, 50 points. I mean, it was all in base. Again, he's just not looking threatening. I mean, he's just not even offloading. He's getting the odd tackle bust, but yeah, I mean, he's fine. Like, he's punching out 50s, but yeah, it is what it is. Bo Fermor, 71 points, pretty much all in base. Like, he made, like, I don't know how many tackles he made. He must have been like 40 to 50 tackles. The Titans had to do so much defensive work. He also carried the ball a lot. He had a few tackle busts. So, I mean, Fermor has all of a sudden become like a genuine play in the second row forward. I mean, it's good. It's good. It gives me better depth, and also now I'm not needing to trade Fermor because he's stinking it up. Obviously, I didn't play him because I was going to play Katoa and Pearce-Paul, and yeah, I was going to play Sean Lane obviously over Fermor, but I mean that's a 20-point swing. But again, I guess the choice for me was either Smithies or Fermor in that final game. I went with Smithies. He did play the full 90 minutes. he got 68 points. So I'm pretty happy about that as well. But yeah, it is what it is. It wasn't like we left too many points on the table there. I didn't talk about it either. Sam Hughes, 33 points, but he did get sin bin. So it was one of those ones that sort of worked out okay for us, because like if I didn't get Curran in, I would have played Sam Hughes. And I was looking at it like, oh my God, he's going to get like 50 odd points. I could have just stuck with him, but then he got sin bin, and I was like, you know what? There's a little tiny win. Even though he's in my team, I didn't play him. A lot of people probably did play him. So that was nice. Ben Trebojevic, 57 points. He scored a try in the centers, but it looks like he's done his hemi, which is, it's not good, but he is now an easy trade out. But I'm still, I don't know. We'll have to decide what we're gonna do, because he's got a low break even. Like, surely he's gonna come back in. It's sort of like he's got the duel, which is also really nice. So I think, I don't know, Sean Lane just a better trade out than Trebojevic, probably, depending how long he's out for, I guess. And a hamstring is obviously not good, especially with the Trebojevic's. Benny has had his fair share. But we'll talk about that later with team lists and the preview. Nico Hines, we had as captain, of course. Like, Jesus Christ, I didn't look at the scores for this game. I was watching the game, and Hines just looks, his defense is looking great, but just attacking wise, he looks awful. I don't know. And I couldn't believe it. He missed a goal as well. I was dreading looking at his score, but then somehow I looked at it at half time, and he was on like 37 points. And I was just like, how the fuck is he on 37 points after that first half of football? And he made like so many tackles. Like I don't know. It's crazy. His base is like very, very good, which is nice because his attack is shocking. Thankfully, he got that late try assist off a kicked a goal, so he did have a nice little uptick there, but he was my captain. It's not the worst captaincy in the world, obviously, but yeah, I don't know. He's just not looking good. Like, he's just not. But I don't know. I'm not really looking to trade him because his base stats are so damn high. Like, he's making so many tackles, and I don't know, like, has he like, because I know his defense last year, like, he had a few shockers, so has he, like, he does seem a little bigger. Like, has he put on more weight to be better defensively, but his attack is suffering? Like, he's not really he's not running the ball as much. He's not breaking tackles and offload. Like, last year, he would be like crabbing across field, breaking tackles, getting offloads away. It's just not really happening this year. So I don't know what to put it down to. I know people will say because Braden Trindle's the 5'8", but honestly, no. Nico Hines is touching the ball as much as he did last year. He's just not looking threatening. So, yeah, it's fine. It is what it is. Luke Brooks, 49 points. Yeah, it's fine. You know, he got a nice try assist. He looks dangerous. He's running the footy. Unfortunately, he just hasn't had a breakout game. Like, I feel like it's coming, and I guess he's got the Titans this week, so it could be on for Luke Brooks potentially. But the Titans, to their credit, were better defensively last week, so yeah, not having Tom Trebojevic, I'm sort of hoping the Titans can back up that effort, which I'm sort of doubting, but we'll see. Ethan Strange, the absolute gun, 83 points. He just looks, he looks incredible. Like, not just Supercoach wise, obviously Supercoach wise he's an actual gun, but NRL standard, like, just his, like, the way he plays, like, he's so difficult to defend because he's like, he's in slow motion and then just bang, he just takes off, and it's so hard to defend either the pass or just the off the left foot or straightening up. Like, he's so quick off the mark. He's like going at slow motion and then bang, just goes for it. Causes all sorts of trouble, and he's a good defender, so he is an absolute star. And honestly, him and Galvin, we'll see how Galvin comes back from his suspension, but I don't know, like, just running them long term as your 5'8s. Maybe you could swing Strange down to centre wing and bring in you could bring back Brown at some point for sure, and that's probably the play at some point, bringing Brown back and Strange going to the centre wing. I think that's better overall, but I mean, running them as your starters is fine. The centre wing, again, this is where we lost points, right? Like there was, I mean, yeah, a few 100+ guy. I mean, Lomax, I don't think he got 100, but he got like 80. Joey Manu, obviously 100+. Like, we didn't have anyone that went massive. Obviously, Val Holmes, 73, in a bit of a shocker. I mean, this is Holmes, right? He can have a bit of a shocker. The Cowboys can look bad, but he still scores great. So, happy to have him. Roger, 50 points. Again, you'll take 50 points, but it's just not going massive, which is the issue. Jack Bostock, 53 points. I mean, he's probably, like, he's at his peak now. I mean, not at his peak. Like, he could score 2 tries this week and go up a bit more cash, but his break even's 54. He scored 53 this week with a try. He's just your perfect candidate to downgrade now. If you got other guys to get rid of, you could hold him and hope he goes on another, get a couple more tries and get a little bit more cash, but he is a perfect trade out now, so we'll talk more about him later. And James Schiller, 69 points. Oh my goodness, dude. He scored 2 tries, both without line breaks, but then he got a nice little forced dropout. Like, dude, he's now at 400k. He's made 155. Oh, if Ricky Stewart drops him for Hopewade, I am going to flip. Like, I know most people will probably have Schiller and is fine, and he's already at 400k, so it's like, you've made great money anyway, but like, surely Albert Hopewade is fine, but Schiller, he's looking so dangerous. Like, you cannot drop him, right? Like, I don't know, I won't be shocked if he's dropped, but come on, like, you have to keep him in. But yeah, we'll see. Team list, we'll see what happens. Taylor May, so apparently he's going to be dropped for this week's game, which is fucking, oh my god. Taylor May, just an absolute fucking moron. Just, yeah, apparently he's going to be dropped, so I don't know what to do with Taylor May. We'll discuss that, because obviously there's the Kale Ero trade down offer. Do you get rid of Taylor May? Do you get rid of Talangi or Gagai? Or do you take the money with a Bostock and run? Decisions to be made there. But yeah, we'll talk more about that after the team lists come out. And then our fullbacks, Ryan Pappenhausen, 75 points. I mean, the weekend started, it just started awfully, right? Because Pappenhausen, again, he goes bang, he scores a try, beats like 6 players, and you're like, okay, we're on here. We are on for finally a bit of redemption. And then he gets fucking sin-binned. Oh, he gets sin-binned. And also the Storm didn't look really good after that first try anyway. And Ali Katoa also shit the bed. It was like, here we go. It's just, the Supercoach gods are not with me in this one. I was in the back of my head, I was actually hoping he was going to get suspended for a couple of games, because I would have just traded him straight back to Tom Trbojevic taking on the Titans this week. But the fact he's not suspended, I mean, I'm not going to trade him, but fuck, I was sort of hoping he was suspended so I could trade him back. Oh, it would have just been like, oh, well, he's suspended, I'm not going to keep him, and I think Tommy's the best matchup. So, I honestly would have liked it if he was suspended, but not to be. He's playing, and I just hope that he goes close to Tommy this week. But yeah, they take on the Roosters in another Thursday night game, which always seems to be a bit of bludgers on the Thursday night. I mean, the Dogs Storm game is actually pretty good, but for Supercoach purposes, it's a bit of a bludger sometimes. And then Kalen Ponga, 91 points. I mean, again, this one, it was like, he looked so good, and then he did his hip pointer, and I thought, here we go, he's going off. He's in all sorts. And again, a lot of people own Ponga, so it wasn't like dire straits, and a lot of people might have captained him. But then he came back, little injection, and Man, he looked good. I mean, Ponga is just looking sensational. Yeah, I mean, it's one decision I'm very glad I didn't trade Ponga out, because a lot, quite a few people did when he was starting slowly, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I understand the trade out, but it's one of those 50-50s that didn't work out for people that did. So yeah, that's the team. I mean, the centre wing now needs work, because obviously Taylor May suspended, but he should be back. Talangi, I mean, so Morgan, who was in? No, Bailey Simonson was injured. So I'm hoping that teamless Talangi comes in for Simonson. That would be beautiful. I'm thinking that Mike Acevo probably just comes back on the wing, but I'm just hoping Talangi gets the nod. Like, please. And then Jacob Gagai, obviously he's not playing. Schiller hopefully gets named, but he might not. Tuivasa-Sheck, I'm still happy to keep. Val Holmes, happy to keep. Bostock, I'm happy to keep for the short term, but he is definitely a trade out pretty soon, if not this week. The 5'8's looking good. The halfbacks, so Nathan Cleary I think he's confirmed not to play this week, which is nice. So I probably wouldn't have rushed him back this week anyway, even though it was against the Tigers. I mean, I might have, but I don't have to make that choice now anyway, so it's fine. And then the second row, I mean, the second row is fine. We just have to decide what we're going to do. Probably strengthen up a centre wing by... Yeah, we'll see what we do there. But having I mean, obviously Trbojevic is injured, but having like 5 playable guys every week is nice. Front row is pretty much sorted, and our hookers is good. It's just a matter of what we do with Coruscant. So on the horizon, obviously Kale Iro is just, if he's named, obviously, which he should be, if he's named, he's an absolute certainty to come in to like pretty much everybody's team. And it's a decision of who do we trade down for him. And then we've got money to play with. What do we do? We probably just strengthen up our center wing again. Again, we should probably look at keeping money in the bank for Nathan Cleary next week. Because who do the Penrith Panthers take on after Tigers? They take on Cowboys and then Rabbits, Bulldogs. Yeah, it's pretty good. The Cowboys are pretty leaky, so you probably do want him back pretty soon. So yeah, there's some decisions to make, but I mean, Kale Iro will free up cash. We got 200k in the bank now. Get another 200k if we trade a May or a Bostock, and then who else? Angus Crichton is the other guy that I'm pretty sure, again, most people are going to probably get in Angus Crichton, but like, he's looking good. It seems like he's got the 80 minutes. Like, this week everyone will bring him in, and then for some reason Tupanua will take his minutes off him. So yeah, I don't know, but I think Crichton is the play. Although Crichton is a guy that everybody's going to get, so you could potentially anti-pot him, but probably not worth it. Probably not worth it for the price and the potential output of Crichton. So yeah, at the moment leaning Crichton and Kale Iro depending on team list. And then do we use a boost to strengthen up our centre wing even more, or do we trade Coruscant to Brayley to free up cash, which could be nice. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the round. It was a good little hit back. I'm happy with the round. I can't complain too much. Couple of little things didn't quite go away, but we're moving. We're moving. If we can just get a little bit of consistency, if we can just get a little bit lucky with some injuries, we can make some moves. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.